Hello, my name is Kushal. I work as a neurological occupational therapist in a team in London. Today I'm going to talk about speech impairment. Now, I'm an occupational therapist. I'm not a speech therapist. So I would talk about speech impairment issues from a cognitive point of view. So the thinking point of view. You remember in my previous video, I've included a link. Our communication is like a ladder. One pole is the thinking, one pole is the language skills, and they are interconnected. They play together to make our communication happen. So, if you have a speech impairment, quite often, particularly if you have a dysarthria, where the speech becomes slurred, where you might not be able to produce the sound, what strategies can you take? The first strategy is not to be afraid of informing others that you have speech difficulty. Now, when you are saying that to somebody, some places, some of the charities in UK gives out a card that simply says, I have a condition, that's why it is harder for me to talk. Please allow me time. Just showing that to somebody, in most of the cases, the other person will understand and will allow you the time. So they won't be expecting you to speak at the normal speed. And the problem with a condition of dysarthria, the slurred speech, is that the moment you start putting yourself under pressure to produce the words, the dysarthria increases. So my first strategy to you, request to you, please be assertive to let others know that you have a challenge. You don't need to talk about what is your condition, what illness you had. That's none of anybody's business. That is private to you, that information. But just let others know that you have a challenge and they need to allow a bit of time. Because if you don't let them know about your challenges, people will expect you to speak normally. Because sometimes in a condition of speech impairment, either MND or stroke, you might not look that like having any impairments. You might look just normal. But if you just let others know, people will understand and they will cooperate most of the places. Some of the people won't, maybe 5% out of 100, but we can't change the whole world. So please bear in mind, first thing is take your time, emphasize on the words that you're going to say. Instead of talking about a full sentence, think about the individual words and slowly produce them. And think about how you can express yourself using the minimum amount of words. Yeah. So if you have aphasia on top of dysarthria, or if you have apraxia of speech, that might be a completely different story. Sometimes if you have a combination, ask your speech therapist. So remember, I'm an occupational therapist. I'm only giving you some basic tips that will work for you in certain conditions. Thanks for watching my video. If you have any more complicated question, ask your speech therapist. Or you can ask me. I will ask my speech therapy friends and try to get back to you and give you some answers. Thanks for watching my video. I wish you all the best.